Good morning. This is Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Free Will Baptist Church in Sisseton, Illinois. Our thoughts today have to do with living peaceably. Wouldn't we love it if peace just seemed to pervade all of our lives? I mean, nobody likes to be out on a boat whenever the waves are choppy or the boat is being tossed around. That'll make you sick pretty quickly. Or maybe even driving down a Wayne County road where the road ripples and is filled with potholes. That's not very pleasurable. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had peace in all our lives? Well, Paul gives somewhat of a solution for that in Romans chapter 12 and verse 18, where he says, "As much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men." Now, there are three provisions in this passage that I think we have to realize in order to get rid of some of the tensions that we may be living with, or the stress that seems to engulf us. One thing he says, if it's at all possible. Now, it may not always be possible. I know sometimes we have broken relationships, or sometimes there are rocky friendships, maybe even some hostile enemies out there through no fault of our own. But that shouldn't be the norm. I mean, we should try to avoid these things as much as possible. Sometimes it happens, but those should not be a regular thing. Secondly, he said, as much as lieth in you. In other words, we have to do everything within our own power in order to make sure that we live at peace. Maybe we need to show more grace to others. Maybe it has to do with not getting mad so easily, or not staying mad so long. You know, the Bible says that we should be careful not to take offense at little things. As a matter of fact, the book of Proverbs says in 12:16, "A fool's displeasure is known at once, but whoever ignores an insult is sensible." So we need to be able to take some things and forgive easily, assume the best in others. As a matter of fact, it might be good if we would try to practice smiling more and more throughout the day. And then the third thing he says, live at peace with everyone. Now you realize that starts at home. That talks about those people that you're locked up with right now. We need to live peaceably. It spills out into the marketplace. Now I realize Paul did have a bit of a disagreement with a guy named Alexander the coppersmith. But we need to be careful that we show grace in every area, whether it be at home or whether it be out in public. As a matter of fact, the verse says, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. So let's do our part today. Let's strive to show peace and to have peace in our lives.